Welcome back to the Pagan Hearth community. At the end of this month, on May 31st, we run into something a little unusual. It's the second full moon of May, what people call the blue moon. Unlike every other full moon, this one doesn't come from what's happening in the land. There's no bloom tied to it, no harvest, no seasonal shift. There's no Native American equivalent recorded in the Old Farmer's Almanac. It shows up because of how we track time with lunar months and solar years. And every now and then, the count runs a little uneven. Where you'd normally expect only one moon, there's two. That's all it is, technically speaking. But even something like that is worth paying attention to. Because most of the time, things move in a steady rhythm. Day into night, season into season. One cycle closes before the next one opens. The blue moon is what it looks like when that rhythm slips a little. Not dramatically, with a flare like an eclipse, but just enough to notice. And when you notice it out there, it's usually worth asking where it's happening in here too. There are old stories about keeping time, about making sure the cycles stay on track. Figures like Mani moving the moon across the sky, keeping that steady rhythm. Helios driving the chariots of the sun day after day, or Thoth, who is said to measure things out and make adjustments when they drifted. Not because time is fragile, but because it isn't self-correcting. Left alone, things tend to carry on longer than they should. You've probably seen that in your own life. Something that should have wrapped up, but didn't. A conversation that keeps coming back. A habit that's already proven that it's not going anywhere good. A situation that's just lingering. That's the kind of thing this moon lines up with. Not in a mystical way, just in a straightforward sense. Sometimes things repeat because no one has actually ended them. So instead of treating this like a rare or special event, it's probably more useful to treat it like a checkpoint. A moment to look at what's still hanging around and decide whether it actually belongs there. You don't need a big ritual for that. Just something simple and deliberate. You might light a candle, sit with it for a minute, and then think about one thing that's been dragging on longer than it should. Mark that decision. Name it clearly. Write it down. And then put the flame out. Take a few minutes and list what's repeating right now. What's unresolved. What keeps coming back around. And then pick one of them. Not all, just one. And decide you're done carrying it forward. Because the real work isn't in the moment you sit down and think about it. It's in the next time it tries to repeat. And you choose not to step into it again. That's where the change actually happens. So when this second full moon shows up at the end of the month, don't worry about whether it's ancient or not. Just treat it for what it is. A small break in the pattern. And a chance to clean up anything that's been left running longer than it should. We are the Pagan Hearth. Take care of what needs to be finished and keep the hearth fires burning. Good night.